Okay, so I'm going to show you guys information about Everdoor direct mail. So the best thing to do is just go to Google, type in EDDM map, okay? And then you're going to get these ads. Skip the ads and go straight down to where it says eddm.usps.com. Okay, once you click on that, it's going to take you to the Everdoor direct mail map. And what you want to do is you can put in either an address, you can put in a city, or a zip code. I normally put in a zip code, so I'm going to put in my zip code, 28173, hit enter. And what it's going to do is it's going to find that post office in 28173, and it's going to show how many routes. So think of like, not one person delivers all the mail in that zip code. So the mail, the United States Post Office has different routes, so different carriers. So you can see here all these different routes. So if you click on, let's just say we click on this one, you're going to see that it is, look right up in here when I hover. So you're going to see that it's route number RO22. There's 555 residents in that route. There's 2 businesses, so there's a total of 557. You can see that the size, I don't even know what that means. The average income is 151,000, and to do that entire route for the delivery would be $106.39. You divide that by 557, that's going to be 0.19 cents a piece. So it's normally right at, or it was 0.188, but honestly, they keep changing the pricing. So here's what most people ask me. So you're going to go in, you're going to do your zip code, and realistically, what you need to do is just go in, know your area, and know where your neighborhoods are. For instance, this is a neighborhood that I know a lot of people are going to want to do where I live. So when you click on that, people will say, but David, I don't want to do this neighborhood. I only want to do that neighborhood. Well, with Everdoor direct mail, you have to mail every door in that route. So you're going to have to mail the people that live in this neighborhood. For example, as well, here, you click on this one. Well, I only want to put these people. I don't want to do these people. Well, you know what? That's an entire route. There's no way to eliminate that. The only way to just do this neighborhood is to put the people's name and phone or name and address on there and put a stamp on it. Or there's other ways you could do it for like 29 cents a piece, I think. But Everdoor direct mail is by far the least expensive. So when you're looking at these neighborhoods, again, here's a good example. I want to do this neighborhood, but I don't want to do that neighborhood. Well, unfortunately, you have to. So that's the number one thing that I get from people. So what you'll do is you'll just go through here and you'll notice over here, this tells you how many routes have been highlighted, right? So it says for one post office, 2,232 homes. If I unclick that, now it goes to 3 routes, right? So this is just one route, 586. So let's say that I wanted to mail, these neighborhoods. Well, it would end up being 1,192 homes with a cost of about 0.19 per piece. And then you just hit continue. You got to sign in, so you got to create an account, all that good stuff. So this is how you pick routes. And again, the number one thing that I get all the time is, what if I don't want to do that neighborhood, but I want to do that neighborhood? Unfortunately, that's the way the routes are set up, and there's nothing you can do about it.
Okay, so once you have your routes selected, I'm just going to pick 2 for this demonstration. Obviously, you can pick as many as you want. Okay, so you'll see how many routes are selected. You'll see how many different post offices you have to go to. So typically this is going to be 1. The total that's going to be delivered, and then the total cost it's going to cost me to make to when I take them to the post office, they're going to want $208.38. So I can hit continue. You have to create an account. Okay, so if you haven't done that, go ahead and sign into your account. All right, so got these 2. and I'm going to hit continue. You're going to pick the date that you want them delivered. Doesn't really matter. So I'm just going to pick the 30th, and then I'm going to click here that I understand that I agree to the terms and conditions. You can either pay right now online, so when you just take them to the post office, you can just drop them off, or you can pay at the post office. So, you know, if you want to just pay, write a check, or use your debit card right there, that's fine. If you're having an admin or somebody else take them to the post office, you may want to pay online. So I'm just going to click pay on post office or pay at post office. Yes, I'm going to pay at the post office. Then it's going to create this for me. So the order has been done, and I'm going to go down here and I'm going to hit print all forms. So when you click this, you're going to get a couple of different forms. Let me kind of back out of this just a little bit, okay? So you're gonna get kind of the drop-off information, which is going to tell you what zip code to take them to, how many pieces, what route number it is, okay? So you're going to want to print all of these forms out, okay? So I'm going to print them all out now, and then I'll show you what you need to do with them. Okay, all right, so you got these all printed out now. So what it's printed out is the drop-off information. You don't really, I mean, you need that, but you don't really need to do anything with it. This form you'll take to the post office, and again, right here, I'll just show you on. It will tell you somewhere it tells you on here that you have not paid, unpaid, right? So if you paid online, it'll say paid, or it'll say online paid, something like that. That lets the person at the post office know that you either need to pay or you don't need to pay. Okay, that's all you really need to do with this form. I don't think there's anything else to do. Then you've got this form. Okay, this just kind of is a summary. You've got 2 zip codes, 2 routes. This route has 606 people. This route has 539. This is the pages that make the big difference. Okay, so what I do, the first thing I do is I look and I say, okay, how many homes does Route 31 have? So I go to Route 31, which is this paper right here, and if there is 601 or 606, what I'm going to do is I'm going to make 6 more copies of this. So I will have a total of 7 copies of this. And then on Route 32, I know there's 539, so I'm going to make 5 more copies of this. I'll have a total of 6. So now let me show you what you do after you make those copies. Okay, so now I have a total of 7 copies of Route 31, and I have 6 copies of Route 32. So let's look at Route 31 first. Okay, so you'll notice right here, you're going to put today's date or the date that you're mailing them. Okay, you're going to put total numbers of pieces in this particular bundle. Then you're going to put that number of the bundle of the total number of bundles. Here's where it gets confusing. It's pretty easy, but here's where people get lost. There's 7. You're going to have 7 bundles on this one and 6 bundles on this one. Here's why. You can only bundle them in groups of 100. So you're going to have 6 of them that have 100 in each. Then you're going to have 1 of them that only has 6. But that's how it has to be done. For Route 32, you're going to have 5 of them in 100 bundles of 100 each. Then you're going to have 1 that has 39. Okay? So let's go back to Route 31. What you're going to do is you're going to put the date that you're delivering them. You're going to put the number, you're going to put 100. Then you're going to put bundle number 1 of 7. So this is what it's going to look like. You're going to put date. Well, let's just put a date in there. Today's the 20th, I think. Okay. There's going to be 100 of them in here. And this is 1 of 7. So it's going to look like this. Then the next one is going to look just like this, but it's going to have a 2 here in this section. And then the next one's going to have a 3. The next one's going to have a 4. Next one's going to have 5. Next one's going to have 6. And then the last one is going to have 6, 6 pieces, and it's going to be bundle 7 of 7. Okay, so this is what it's going to look like. What is a bundle? If you ordered your cards through me and you ask them to be bundled, which they all should come bundled, they will actually come in this little package of 100. They're already packed. If not, you just count out 100. And then what you do is you take this first facing, this is called a facing slip. I think that's what they still call it. Yep, call it facing slip. You're going to take a bundle. You're going to wrap it around like this. And then you're going to put a rubber band around it. Let's see if I have a rubber band. Okay? You're going to put a rubber band around it, right? Then you're going to grab the next facing slip that says 102 of 7, and you're going to wrap it around there. 3 of 7, 4 of 7, 5 of 7, 6 of 7, and then 7 of 7. You only need 6 cards, so then you're going to have 7 of 7 that looks real thin. Okay, so you're going to end up having 7 bundles. They're going to be stacked up. Make sure that you keep those together. If you want to put one big rubber band around it or put them in its own separate little box, you can't mix these. So just make sure those 7 stay together. And then you're obviously going to do the exact same thing for Route 32. But remember, in Route 32, because there's only 536, you're going to have 6 bundles. 5 of them are going to be a full 100, and then the last one's going to be 39. And then put them in a separate box. And then when you take them to the post office, you're going to carry in 2 boxes, right? And then you're going to carry in these 3 forms. They'll probably have you throw this one away, but just take it just in case. They really need this one, and they need this one. They'll probably throw this away when you leave, and they'll end up with this one. But go ahead and take all 3. So when you walk in, you should have these 3 forms, and in this scenario, I have 2 routes, so I have 2 boxes. If you had 10 routes, you need to have 10 boxes. And every post office, if you ask for a mail box, like a little, I don't know, it's about yay big, it's plastic, they're all beat up, they'll give you as many as you want, and then you just carry them in. It's like little trays, carrying trays, I think is what they call them. You can take those you can ask them, go into your postal and say, hey, can I get 5 carrying trays? And then just carry both of them in and say, here's Route 302 or 32, and here's Route 31. Give them these papers, and you're done. So, guys, it's really not that difficult. If you have any questions, you can always text me. I'll put my number right there. Just text me, call me. You guys know I'll help you out in any way I can. I appreciate it. Thanks, guys.